Hey, what's up? Welcome to Riffing with John, episode number 2, where we write random songs on the fly. And here we go. Okay, so like always, no ideas. Kind of have an idea actually of what I want to do. Let's just start playing around on the fretboard. Let's go. Okay, kind of like that. Now let's figure out a BPM. Maybe something a little bit faster. Let's go. We're at 138. Let's try 145. 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. Damn. It was going so well. All right, let's try it again. Ugh, I stomped on my chord. All right, let's go. All right, so I think I like the second take. And let's bring it down this way. All right, so we're going to do a second take on that part just to give it some whatever. And I wasn't doing it right. All right, it's a keeper. So I believe I have two different types of settings on these like dirty guitars. So let's see how it sounds. I don't think it'll necessarily give me like a stereo sound. So it's kind of more like a blended sound. Okay, so I'm digging that. I think I'm gonna go on a heavy right after, like I always do. So those are the chords. I'm wondering if I should figure out the drums first. As always, or at least for this type of sound, we're gonna go use Easy Drummer. So let's go ahead and look for some grooves. Typically with this sound, I tend to stick with the alt rock, and then I believe the pop punk and metal. So I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna actually put in doomcore as well, and I think we're going to go for like a halftime. And for the sake of making it different, we're gonna start from the bottom, work our way up. Okay, so I actually do like that, but not for this riff. Maybe for the next part. So we're just gonna go ahead and drag it in. So I usually do that when I come across a MIDI beat I like. I'll just drag it in because I think it does have potential for some part in the song. So we'll go ahead and drag that in. And for the next part, we'll rehearse this verse 2. You know what? I think I'm gonna also filter it a little bit more with a crash. Very simple, but let's see how it sounds. So we're gonna go ahead and bring it into the song, and we're gonna plant it right here at 57. I might play around with different chords for the main chords. Even though these clean parts are playing something different, they kind of work if they fall in the same key. So let's go ahead and try it out. It kind of gets drowned out anyways by the distorted guitar. So let's check it out. All right, figured it out. Let's do this. Took a while. My bad. It's just the process, bruh. As always, I'm gonna throw that twang, twang, and I'm gonna scoot this little buddy over. Yeah, cool. And engage, twang. I might do the ambient parts first and save progress, kids. Damn, those run on for a long time. Sorry. It's just, it sounds good, you know? Okay. Bring them back. Dig it. We're going to go ahead and do that. Song's coming around pretty quick, so good sign. Okay, cool. So the other drum beat that I first auditioned, I think I'm going to bring that in next. It kind of reminded me of a verse type beat. So let's go ahead and bring it in. So I'm still on twang. I think I want to go Yeah, that made no sense. Probably gonna go back on to dirty guitar. Dirty. Always want to go minor with it because I write sad shit. So it's kind of my go-to. I gotta get used to not putting that ninth. I think that's what they call it. Let's figure it out. Okay, so sounds about right. At least let's figure it out. See if it works. Record time. My finger always touches that freaking B string or EDG. One of the strings. It touches the string. All right. Second. Oh shit. Shoot. Second guitar. Second guitar. All right. I feel like I sit weird when I play that riff. Like my body has to mold to the riff, not opposed to it. Anything for Salinas. Ooh. You hear that? Sounds nice. Gotta turn it up though. Oh crap, they're like way below. So we're like at negative 29. We're gonna bring you up to like 15. Damn, this is a really loud guitar setting. Bring you back down to 20. I think the double pedal might be a bit much, so most likely I'm gonna Frankenstein this beat right here. So we can go ahead and listen to it. Yeah, so this, yeah, I could see. So it wasn't really made for this type of timing. So let's go back. Okay, we can make it work though. Yeah, a little quick tip. When these beats are made, because most likely they were played by an actual player just to submit these beats. They're not quantized because they were played by humans. So typically what happens if I'm going to cut it on the 121 mark and one of the hits are a little bit over before the actual counter, the beat, it's going to cut it off. So what I like to do is I'll go ahead and find my marker and then I will quantize those hits on that marker. So when it comes time for me to cut it, it doesn't lose that information or get cut, you know? Okay. And then we are going to do the same thing with this marker at 153. Yeah, see how this one's a little bit ahead? Go ahead and quantize it. And then I'm going to chop it right here. And this is going to fall at this marker right here. Nope, one more. Boom. So I need to find the beginning of this one. Like I said, we're going to Frankenstein it. Cha-cha. And then we're going to take this, roll it back, and then we're going to make sure there's no additional hits, which looks like there might be. Yeah, see, right there. They're a little bit before the marker, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of those, because if not, we're going to get repeated hits, and that's not what we want. So go right here, listen to it from this marker, and see how well it blends. I mean, there's some hits that are a little bit different, but it's pretty much in line with the beat. So let's go ahead and listen to it from the beginning and see if it works. Sounds good. Okay, so now I'm going to figure out the next part. All right, figured it out. So we're going to go ahead, let the initial riff play twice, and then we're going to go ahead and add those clean parts. Cool. So, sounds like a pretty melodramatic song. Move on to the next part. Most likely gonna add different pieces to the parts, but you know, foundations are there. So, okay. Now let's kind of think of the next part. That might work. Sounds heavy, but you know what? We'll figure it out. Kind of like it. Changes it up. You know, let's see. The bridge I might use the same chords from the bridge. Okay, this sounds wild, so I'm gonna take this off because that shit is aggressive. Um, okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy how fast this song is developing. Let's go. And we're gonna cut, and it repeats. Yeah.
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 Kind of didn't listen to the whole drum beat, so I think it's going in the right direction. Dun, 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 dun. Might track them different. Let's track them separately. It's gonna get aggressive. Onto the neck before it gets crazy. Holy crap. And so let's hear how that sounds. We're gonna drop those down an octave, and then bam, went the wrong way. Okay, so I magically have my bass now. So we're gonna go ahead and do normal. Well, I changed it. Wow. Why do you sound like that? Alright, it's the same thing. So, sorry for the feedback. Okay. Damn, dude, what is that? What is that? Alright, let's try to get this over with because that's annoying me. Good thing I recorded bass pretty quick. Shut up, bass. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna throw it. I have to. I love that sound. Sounds good to me. And I might even take out the ambient guitars just to drop it a little more so that way when the heavy part does come in, it's a lot more full sounding. Cool. Everything sounds pretty good here. So, as always, enjoy the playthrough. Thanks for sticking around and watching the video. I know these tend to be more on the longer side, but I appreciate you watching. So, thank you for tuning in. And like I said, enjoy the playthrough. See you.